Here we go.
Oh, is this? Are you? Do you have all the windows up? It's really loud.
Oh, it's fucking loud. Like, do you have like fucking rabbit ears or something? Like,
Well, if you ever listen to your own podcast afterwards, you'd know how noisy they are. This sounds
let
like
me
you're.
shut the air. I'll shut the fucking air off so I die of heat exhaustion in the car. Jesus.
Wow, that made
Does it still sound like that?
yeah, it made a huge difference. You need a new car, man, because whatever you're running there, the gears are grinding. It sounds terrible.
It's the air conditioning. It's the air conditioning.
Yeah, well, you could sweat a little. You're. It's still loud as shit. All right. Anyway,
This fucking guy.
I thought I was going to be able to rip the Band-Aid off and catch you in the car, and here I am. After 15 minutes, you calling me back, and it sounds like you're in the movie Twister here, with just just the wind blowing.
Does it really sound that bad still?
It sounds like someone's vacuuming in the other room.
There's no fucking way. This
Yeah.
is you. It's you. You
No.
got a problem.
Trust me, the loyal few, the faithful, will let you know tomorrow, because everyone likes telling you you're wrong when you're wrong. So they'll definitely they'll definitely shove your nose in this shit.
Well, what are you doing today, pal?
Me, I've been thinking about all the food you ate today after telling me how you were dying yesterday. I'm going to tell you something. We should have done it, but I almost called Marco over to do an emergency intervention podcast with you about your eating. I almost had him come over so we could do a double fat shaming because you were telling me some of the craziest shit yesterday. Like you called me because you couldn't stay awake. The food was putting you to sleep while you were driving. That's why I called. That is why when you gave me the option, you said, I'm driving between 6 and 7 or you can call me after 7 when I get home. I said, let's rip the Band-Aid off early. Let me get an early start on editing this. But also, I'm worried this motherfucker ate like 2 bagels, as he got into the car and is now going to pass out driving home. So I did this thinking of your safety. And then
You're saving me by doing this.
I was worried that you weren't going to be able to stay conscious for the whole drive home without someone talking in your ear.
I did stop and get a Starbucks because I was dozing off, and I got a Starbucks and a water. So
yeah, but what does Starbucks mean? Is Starbucks mean
no, I don't
3
get
biscottis and a okay?
No, I got a coffee and a water.
Was there any like caramel in that coffee?
No, but if you want to know what I ate today, I will gladly tell you.
Well, I heard rumor of a plain bagel this morning, and I didn't need to know any. I knew once the day started like that it was going to be like, a snowball down the hill.
So I started with a plain bagel and a cup of coffee.
Right.
Right, no big deal. When I say plain bagel, I literally just ate the bagel with no cream cheese or butter.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just ate the bagel, right? Well, I worked all day today. Well, at 3 o'clock, I hadn't eaten anything else. So 3 o'clock rolled around, and I was like, I had like a wicked headache. So I get to one of my other stores, and I said, all right, here it is right here. I'm gonna get some food. Well, my choices were Five Guys, Arbys, or a New York pizza place.
I love a good Arbys.
But there was a New York pizza place. I said, let me try the pizza.
Yeah, but you just went to New York. I mean, to go to
I don't like Arbys, and Five Guys is the fucking shit.
This is some fucking... No, you've really revealed yourself here with this I don't like Arby's business.
No, like, who goes to Arby's? I mean, the last time I was at Arby's was like 89.
Well, this is showing your true colors, my friend. I don't know, man. For someone that treats themselves as shitty as you do, and that is like basically a human garbage disposal. The fact that you don't appreciate a good Arby's sandwich really throws me.
Okay. Don't take this the wrong way.
This doesn't observe the laws of physics, fat physics. You know what I mean?
I don't want you to take this the wrong way.
Oh, please.
But your age range is the one who goes to Arby's. Like, I feel like Arby's in your heyday was like the shit. Like, I think I missed that boat on Arbys.
Let me tick off a few
here we go.
wonderful things about Arby's. is that like you can never go wrong with a traditional beef and cheddar sandwich, but also they're like one of the few places that has a diet Dr Pepper fountain drink without having to go to one of those big standing box things inside and that you hit the buttons and
Right.
it squirts whatever flavored drink you want out of like 10,000. But like you could hit the drive-through and get a diet Dr Pepper. Um,
Right.
they have fried mozzarella, which is really good. Their deli sandwiches, like the Reuben sandwich, is surprisingly good. I don't know, man. They've got these exotic sauces like horseradish and Arby sauce, and I mean, I don't know. I think what you need to do is maybe just do like a little re-education, and
So you're saying tomorrow I should go to Arbys?
I think you should refamiliarize yourself with Arby's.
I honestly, I don't think I've been there since I was a kid.
Even that like that chicken sandwich with the honey mustard that they put on it,
Wait,
man.
but, okay, I'm going to tell you what my downfall was of Arbys. I watched a show on. Remember when Mark Summers used to have like a show about food? I don't know if it was on Food Network.
Yeah, I thought it
or,
was like a candy show, but maybe it wasn't.
Well, it was. It did end up becoming that. But
Okay.
he did an episode where he went to Arby's, the plant, and they showed how they make the roast beef, and it was like a paste. And I was like, I never want to eat this again. Like,
Hold on.
that looks like.
If you haven't heard about the pink slime and how they make the burgers at McDonald's, then I don't want to hear about how the fake roast beef at Arby's is. It's like it's the same thing. I mean, it may not be the same process, but the same idea.
What are you like? You have stock in Arby's or something?
No, I wish I should. I'd say I have a feeling they have a larger parent company like Pepsi or something like that.
Well, Arby's is they're in with like I think Ale House is actually part of the Arby's group
I,
if I remember correctly.
I don't.
Hardee's, yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
I don't think any of those things are true.
No, they are because Paul Jones worked for them. I remember.
No, Hardee's. I don't think is owned by Arby's. Wasn't Carl's Jr. and Hardee's the same, basically, like exactly the
Right.
same
They're all
menu?
under the same thing.
They're like
They're
the
all
same
under the
exact
same-
menu, but that like depending where in the country you are, it's either Carl's Jr. or Hardee's. I thought maybe I'm wrong. I don't
Well, you probably are wrong.
know.
I'm actually looking it up
Oh my god, I
because I feel that
This-
you are wrong.
this sounds dangerous with you in the car driving.
Okay, I was close. So Arby's is the same owner as Buffalo Wild Wings
B-dubs.
And-
That's
and
how's that
Sonic.
close?
and Sonic. I
How's
was
that close to Hardee's?
That's close enough.
That's nowhere near Hardeeville.
Hardee's, Arby's, I don't know. Sonic, they're all the same shit.
It's not. You know, Sonic. I was excited to go to Sonic once because they didn't have one down here for the longest time, and then they opened one down at like I think it was at Beach Place or something, and so we went down there specifically to go because they were advertising sweet potato tater tots,
Right?
and so we got there, and they're like, "Oh, we don't carry those."
Ooh, yeah.
So Sonic has been dead to me ever since.
There's one in Boynton Beach. That's the only one I ever. Well, okay, I've only been to two Sonics. Boynton Beach, Florida.
Yeah, but that's
The second one,
Boynton's far
I-
north for me.
right? But the second one, this is a good story.
Mhm.
I went to one in North Carolina, outside of Charlotte, and I had two individuals that were with me that you know, Flex Magnum
Okay.
and Beast.
Oh Jesus! What a
What a
motley
crew that
crew
was
you
at-
three
at
are.
Sonic,
Oh my
right?
God!
And that night,
Let me
I will
guess,
never forget this.
Beast didn't have any
What?
money, and someone had to buy him like.
Yeah, he didn't have money. He didn't have money the whole trip. So that night, I had lived there at the time, and I got them booked on a show. And that night, I went home to be a good boy because I was married at the time.
Mm.
And I went home, and the next day when I saw them, I was like, "What'd you guys do last night?" And Beast is like, "We found this strip club." And I'm like, no, you guys didn't go to the shack. It's like a shack on the side of the road. And then Flex is like, hell yeah, it was awesome. And Beast was like, no, it was really fucking creepy. And it was like Flex's dream come true because it was like the most like redneck, like pregnant, like strippers ever. Yeah.
After seeing Flex get fucking shit faced drunk at SuperCon, where he was walking into the pipe and drape.
Yeah.
Were you there for that show?
I was there. Yeah,
He
yeah.
just got Zilla'd through the whole thing. Just like
Right.
he had like 4 Wranglers with him, and they still couldn't keep him from creating mass destruction everywhere
Right.
he went. That was the same night he talked to me for 45 minutes, thanking me about like putting him in matches with Sullivan, and he literally, it was like 4 talking points, and then when he would get done, he would start over and do the 4 again. We went through the same loop 4 times, and I was feeling like I should just be really polite and appreciate the gratitude he was sending my way.
Right.
But
right.
after the 4th time, I was just like, I just slapped him on the shoulder, said, "That's great, Flex," and then just kept walking.
Wow.
So,
And for
so I can
and for
imagine
everybody- right.
he couldn't see straight by the time he was done at that titty club, and probably
Right, and
Yeah.
Beast was just there as his like handler, which is
Right.
crazy. That Beast, a guy named Beast, first of all, who literally is a hairy. You think I'm hairy? He fucking takes the cake, and
that guy
he is just
every time he
right,
takes a shit, it's like peanut butter in a carpet.
right. For the first day I met him, I said to him, I will never forget. I said, I gotta ask you, man, how the hell? Like, there's no way you wiping your ass. Like, the amount of hair that is on your body from head to toe, like, you have to have the hairiest asshole I've ever seen. And he goes, "Yeah, man, I got to get in there. I got to get in there good." And I was like, "Yeah, I would imagine. Like, that is not an easy wipe,
He said that.
you know." Yeah, first day I ever met him.
He's like from the Hialeah area, isn't he? Don't they all
Yeah.
just have a hose hooked up to the sink next to the
I
toilet?
don't know.
I figure
Oh,
they
I
all
could
got a
not
hose.
believe it.
They turn on the fucking tap and you just spray their ass down while they're still sitting on the. It's like,
Oh,
the
one of the
Hialeah
eggs,
bidet,
right. And okay, so I want everybody who's listening to Google Beast South Florida Wrestling or Beast FOW. You Google that and you're gonna go, "Oh my God, what the fuck is that?" Like, he
Yeah.
is just, it is a sight to be seen, my friend. Whew. But and then Flex was part of my training as a wrestler. Rusty Brooks was my trainer, but Flex was basically, he was like kind of in the ring all the time, teaching you a lot of stuff too. He was Rusty's right hand man, and Flex has been around the business forever. He is a fantastic teacher, for sure. But yeah, he was kind of like the whooping boy a little bit in some of the stuff, but not really the whooping boy. But he would take all the moves from you, you know.
Right.
But right. And what was the character Flex did? Because I'm not a nerd, so I don't know what the character was that he did
Oh, when he wrestled
at the Comic Con.
for the Comic Con, well, there were 2. The first one he did was Dr. Mindbender
Okay.
for GI Joe, the Cobra guys, the bad guys. It was one of them. He's just like a bald guy with a monocle and a mustache and suspenders, with no shirt, and a
Right.
cape, and it's fine. But then we discovered a new character for him, the Master Roshi from Dragon Ball
Master
Z,
Roshi, right.
which
Oh,
really fit his personality, because Master Roshi was this horny old grab ass man, and so it was perfect. We could book Flex as this character, and you just throw a girl into the storyline, and it was just pure comedy. And you would and for that he just wore a Hawaiian shirt, khaki pants, shorts, cargo shorts, and we
sandals,
would
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and we would put these giant bushy white eyebrows on him
Right.
that would always come off when he wrestled.
Right.
But he was supposed to be like
Yeah.
I guess like a Japanese like old sensei
Right.
type, but he was like
And-
he was lecherous, He was always a kind of horny, which Flex could obviously do. He
Right,
was
because
very
that was
funny.
right. That was Flex, right?
Yeah.
Now, I really wish we had all that footage to show all of our people like that listen to the show and on our page and on TikTok. Like, that stuff was just classic shit. Like Mia Super Mario. If I could just find, the one that I posted from the other Comic Con, that doesn't do it justice. Like, me as Super Mario, when we were doing the real comic stuff, that was like next level, man. That was insane.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Well, it was fun because you guys would do a lot of the things that would make the character fun, like
Right.
you and
Chuck.
Chuck. Chuck was Luigi. You come out in your suspenders and your colored shirts and
Right.
your hats, and thankful most of the time you grew a mustache. One time you didn't, and you
Yeah.
you had like the stickum one, and
It didn't work.
it fell off
Yeah.
before you even got to the ring, which
Right.
was
Right.
like typically half-ass AJ, but. But you would,
So true.
but you guys would come out with a pizza box because you're
The
Italian.
plungers.
You
Right,
guys
yeah,
had
the
plungers, and you would have like a handful of coins that you kept in your pocket.
Right.
And when you
Yep.
would take your big bump, you
yeah.
would just throw the coins up in the air, like like the
As if
video
I
game.
lost my coin.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Right. We had a mushroom one time. We had.
We did.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
did. And with the pizza thing, it was a stretch because it wasn't part of the game or anything, but because
Right.
Mario and Luigi, Italian, whatever, we go through a lot of pizza at these conventions. Like that's what they cater to all the the
Right.
people that work there. So there's hundreds. We would go through hundreds and hundreds of pizzas over the course of 4 days. So we would collect the over the
Jackie.
first.
We had Jackie collecting the box.
We would have over the first day or two, we would collect the empty pizza boxes and we would form them into these makeshift tables. And then, like on the big night on Saturday night, where we would have like 1,500 people in the room watching,
Right.
there would be a spot where you would do the Dudley Boys, Luigi, go get the tables,
Yeah.
and he would jump out of the ring and he'd grab the table and you'd put it in the ring, and then you'd power bomb someone through it, and that always made everyone.
The first night that we did it, that we ever did it, that place fucking erupted.
Yeah,
When we did the pizza table spot, and I'll never forget that day because we got there early, and I had asked Jackie. We talked about it, and I was like, "Hey, I got this idea," blah, blah, blah. And Jackie he was frantic for, I think it was 2 days. I think I told the day before.
Mhm.
It was 2 days of Jackie frantically running around
yeah. It was probably
pizza boxes.
It was probably Friday. You told him,
Right.
And then the match was Saturday night, so it was like 2
Right.
full days.
Frantically looking like as if it was like his job to
Right.
find these pizza boxes.
Right.
Yeah,
And then I think my brother got roped into making
he did.
corralled
He
into
did.
actually making the tables. So
He taped it all together and everything.
yeah.
Yeah. No, that was just. I mean, I wrestled a lot of matches in my time. That was the most fun I've ever had.
Yeah.
Was just coming out of Super Mario, and I totally like. If I could have wrestled like that for 20 years, man, that would have been an awesome career.
I'll tell
'Cause it was
you.
awesome.
I'll tell you too. It didn't hurt. Like I know, like you've got this like Kavorka kind of thing to you. This
Kavorka, here we go.
like that's a Seinfeld reference. Whoever gets it gets it. But like you're like in a weird way, you have this magnetic quality. I've only seen once or twice where it
Once or twice.
yeah. The only other person was this guy that was in a rock band that I knew.
Yeah,
Where
we talked about it.
where
yeah.
immediately the women like are drawn to him. You don't have it in the quantity he had it in. I mean, he was like his was
Right.
like what he had was disruptive to a room, but you had it in a smaller dose. So, but when you were in the Mario costume doing that, I felt like it like doubled it. I think you had like like in the back you had Su Young hanging on you one night, and in the ring I've got that gif of you and what's her name that wore the Power Ranger costume 4 days in a row. Do you remember who I'm talking?
What was her name? Chelsea.
Chelsea. She came and wrestled as a pink Power Ranger. She never took the outfit off for 4 days.
Right.
She just
So
wore
not
it.
only that she didn't take the outfit off, she didn't shower for 4 days.
Well, I think near the end she might have showered. I think it was weird. She was like weirdly independent and
Right.
either didn't talk to me about a room or turned me down the first night for room. Maybe she was like a little sketchy about it. But I'm like, we'll
Right.
put you with whoever you want, you know. So first night she slept in her car. The second night, I think she broke her nose and took herself to the hospital.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think by the third night, I was like, I think I yelled at her. I'm like, just fucking go to one of the rooms and, at least,
For the record, she did not go to my room.
Right.
Just for the record.
Okay.
No, I want to make that clear.
I don't think if she went to, she ended up somewhere. I think she was with Derek and Beast and them, and I think Derek kept trying to tell Beast he was kind of like that character. And remember in Animal House when the girl passes out and the guy's staring at her and the little devil shows up. He's like, "Fuck her, take her clothes off." Blah, blah, blah. I think she wasn't passed out; she was just hanging out. But I think in the room within earshot, Derek was basically telling Beast, "Fuck her, just make your move, fuck her."
I just want to make it clear that I
yeah, sure.
Very clear.
But
now on the same topic, I don't even know why I'm telling this, but do you remember the accidental Snapchats she sent me years later? Do you remember this?
Yes, of course. I
feel like I have to talk about this.
Obviously,
there's no way she listens to this, but I get a Snapchat one day of her literally getting plowed from the point of view of her filming by this dude with this jackhammer. He's fucking plowing her to death. And I was like, oh shit. I don't think I was supposed to get that.
I don't think you were either.
No, right.
Well, did you respond to it?
I responded like, wow. And the worst part about all this is, not only did I respond, wow, I panicked and accidentally took a screenshot, but not of her getting pounded. I took a screenshot of the screen that just had delivered with a wow, and she wrote back and said, no screenshots. And I'm like, I never heard from her again.
Now you listen, you took heat for doing something, but didn't actually get the reward of it,
Right.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
and I immediately messaged you guys. I was like, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
I mean, other than that, you might be at near the top or on that first page when you send stuff because that maybe she accidentally hit you instead of someone else, or accidentally hit you because it's on the main. It's going to be on the first page. You want to scroll down, or she accidentally sent that to a lot of people.
I'm going to assume that's what happened. Right. I
don't know if there's on Snapchat if there's a send to everyone on your list button.
I don't know, but she was getting plowed. Jackhammered. This guy was like Peter. What's his name? Peter North. This guy's he's working with a fucking Godzilla and he's just drilling her. Yeah.
Well, Peter North, I don't want to flex my porn knowledge too much. He was known for a few things. He was in really good shape. He had nice hair. He had a good piece on him. But really...
Did you just say you didn't want to flex your porn knowledge, and then you said he had nice hair?
Because I just remember he was one of those blow-dry 80s hairstyles, It just stood out to me. But he wasn't famous for any of that. He was famous for the quantity of load that he would just unleash on someone. It was like ropes and ropes. It was like watching a scene out of Spider-Man where he's swinging through the air. Just the web of life flying through the air.
Shoot people with webs.
I think we lost a couple of listeners with that one.
I think you just showed everybody your porn knowledge. I think that's what we just showed.
Listen, I'm a seasoned vet of the of watching pornography. I can't help it.
Jeez.
Listen,
I've
got a good education at least.
Yeah. Now, so I have nothing else to talk about tonight, but there's one thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have anything else. If not.
No, we could take your lead on this. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Now, we have Furlough files every Wednesday and Friday, right?
Uh-huh.
We have whatever your no-name show is you and Marco have on Monday.
No,
you still don't have a name for it.
No, we do. It's always had a name. I just forget it. It's called Nerd Stuff. But
No, but Nerd Stuff's the other one, right?
Oh, BC Podcast? Yeah, we never named the
we
Breakfast
didn't name
Club.
the other one.
Yeah, cause, maybe we will one day. I don't know. If something really
but
good.
You have Nerd Stuff, right?
Yeah.
You did name it this week. I saw it.
Well, it's always
right?
been named. I just never remember it when I'm talking about it.
Okay, so nerd stuff.
Yeah.
What date is nerd stuff? I don't even know my own
Tuesday.
network here.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So we've got now Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. We don't have anything on Thursday.
We
right?
got nothing on Thursday.
I think it's time.
It's time for what?
I think it's time for TikTok Thursday.
What does that mean?
I think every Thursday we have somebody on from TikTok.
Oh, wow. I'm all for like I think Thursday could be like the guest interview.
Right.
Or the guest, whatever. I don't know if it has to be TikTok. Because
okay, we'll have a guest on every Thursday.
I mean, TikTok's fine, but I feel like, you know, here's my thought on it. Not that we care about like anything. Not that we have ever put our thoughts into this at any given time.
We just talked about porn for 5 minutes.
Right. So alienating people isn't like a concern of ours.
Right.
Offending anyone, whatever. Keep holding an audience or finding an audience. But I feel like just having the word TikTok in it is going to, some people are just not going to be interested. So I don't know.
I think Thursday is guest day.
Is guest day? I mean, yeah.
We'll have to come up with a cool name.
I'll agree to that. But here's the but. But is that it's no. The but is that it's not guaranteed to be every week. It's whenever we do it. Is that fair?
Why can't you commit?
Well, I mean, shit. I'm committed to 4 fucking days already. How many are you committed to?
Well, I'll be committed to 3 now.
Okay, so you'll still be behind me. And what's your commitment? Answering the phone?
Right.
And what's my commitment? Everything else. So
your commitment is you are the producer of this mega podcast that we're coming out with. I am the
talent.
I'm like the David Hasselhoff of this thing.
Are you the golden goose? The golden goose?
Right.
Right. Well, you've definitely been laying some eggs lately, so.
This is true. But, okay, here, you know what? I will take this on. I will be in charge of getting the guests lined up.
I mean, okay.
No? Is that a no?
No, okay. I don't. Here's the thing. If you want this I can talk about this, but if I'm on the podcast talking about it, I'm gonna fuck with you and make it entertaining. If you really want to have a serious conversation about this, we should do it later. Because otherwise, I'm just gonna give you a hard time about it, and you're gonna get frustrated.
Damn.
And then you're not gonna want to fucking do it.
But that's your plan. I get it. I know you way too well. So your plan is to fuck with me so I don't want to do it, so you don't have to do it. Just like you want someone to send you a pizza, but you really don't, but you do. You're really good at that.
You know, here's the thing now. Now that you bring up a sore fucking subject, I've been like trying to tease someone into sending a pizza to me for like 2 fucking weeks now, and no pizza showed up. So I don't know that I feel compelled to like provide more to these people than I already do.
I will tell you, I had a couple people say to me this week, they know your game. They're like, he thinks we're stupid. We know his game of, don't send me a pizza. My address is 11223. But don't send me one. Well, they know your game.
Well, that was for comedic benefit. But to be honest, like now I definitely don't, because now I've got 2 days into this diet, and I feel like
this is okay. I will if someone sends him a pizza.
No.
Tomorrow, if someone sends him a pizza
tomorrow,
and you show me proof that you sent him the pizza, I will personally send you a gift. So if someone sends Ben Temples a pizza, what's your address?
I'm not telling you. You got to listen to another podcast to get it.
Listen, if you want to send Ben a pizza on Friday,
I don't want
March 5th,
I don't want it.
Reach out to me. I have the address. I will tell you the address. You send him a pizza. You prove to me that you sent him a pizza.
I don't want it.
I will send a gift to you.
No, you understand. I woke up. I've been 2 days. This is the second day of my diet. I thought I'd feel better in the morning. I felt worse today. I don't want the pizza.
So eat a fucking pizza.
And I know if a pizza shows up, I don't have the willpower off of 2 days of dieting to not eat it.
You send him a pizza and prove it to me tomorrow. I will gift you something.
I don't appreciate this. Let me tell you this. If there ever becomes a day where you get your life back on track, I am going to fuck you so hard somehow with this. Revenge will be
You
sweet.
said if I ever get my life, there's a
Right.
slim chance of that right now.
Well,
I
I
worked
mean,
out yesterday, and I felt like it was like, taking the carb blockers gives me like a false hope. I'm like, oh, the carb blockers, I feel so good. Well, I worked out yesterday. I walked. Then I ate Chinese food, and I was like, I feel great. I can eat like a fat fuck every day as long as I lift some weights and walk. That's it.
this this reminds me of a story of this famous painter called Patrick Nagel, who was like
Okay.
big in the 80s, and he did those. They used to sell them as posters everywhere. They were like very 80s style. They were these like women, sexy women, but they were like all white. They were very designy.
Right. I know what you're talking
You know
about.
exactly
Yes.
what I'm talking
Yes.
about. They were
I know
really
exactly
famous.
what you're talking about.
He did a ton of work for Playboy, et cetera, et cetera. This guy, this is a famous story. He went to do a charity thing one day, and the dude never exercised a day in his life. He went to this thing, and it was like doing like calisthenics for like 10 minutes or something on a like a it was
Right.
like a telethon type thing. He gets in his car and has a heart attack on the way home. This is what
Was
I'm
he fat?
I don't. Who knows? He hadn't exercised a day in his life. He was a sedentary guy that sat and painted all day. So I'm like picturing you now, all of a sudden starting to exercise again, and I'm a little worried.
I'll tell you,
I'm a little nervous.
It wasn't a strenuous exercise. It was pretty lightweight.
All right.
If you really
Well,
want to know,
well, you made it sound like going up those stairs last night was a strenuous exercise.
it was like I am. I know where I'm at, and I know I hate it, but I don't know how to stop. And I'm going to tell you what the
I love that you're
this
gonna get reach outs again. All these people offering you a
Well,
lifeline.
let me tell you something. You're going to laugh at this. I made a video yesterday, a food review at Zaxby's.
Oh,
It was
God.
the worst food review in history. I posted it on TikTok today. What I noticed was, first of all, the food review was awful.
Well, why
Second,
was it awful? The food was awful, or
Because-
your review was awful?
Well, the beginning of the review is awesome. I'm great. I'm feeling it. I thought this was going to be the best sandwich ever. I took a bite. I was so disappointed that the review was. I was like literally like. I think I even said, "Oh, I thought this was going to be better." Like, I was so disappointed in the sandwich that the review just took a tank, and I ended up saying, "All right, well, this review sucks. I'm just going to go," and I shut it off. Because it was so bad. It was so bad, the sandwich. Anyway, I watched it today after I posted it, and this is how I know it's bad. Just watch it. You can hear me breathing like I sound like I'm fat. And I said to myself, "Oh my God, like I'm back at this point where I was last year."
Yeah.
The same, mind you, it was the same time last year because next week started quarantine and I was downhill for about the next 3 weeks, and then me and you decided to do the weight loss contest, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Are we nearing a weight loss contest again? Is that
I
what you're?
feel like we are. It's happening. We're so close. Like
I think
we're about to be at the 1 year mark of the weight loss contest. I think it's time.
I was 100% right on one thing and 100% wrong on the other. When we had the last weight loss competition, I said, and when you cheated and won by 1 pound,
Here we go.
I said two things. I said, I'm not concerned because I know by this time next year, you'll be back to where you were. And I was like 100%. This is like throwing a blind bullseye dart. A no-look bullseye. I hit that one on the head. But the other part of it was, and I know that I'll keep the weight off and stay in shape. So I'm at 50% with that one.
Well, I think we're pretty close to weight loss competition number 3. You're 0-2.
Well,
it's a chance for you to redeem yourself.
I'm a little upset because I've started my diet, so I'm already like chipping away at it. I feel like, and so you'll have an
Don't worry,
advantage.
you're gonna get a pizza tomorrow. We're gonna
I
be
don't
starting
think
over
so.
anyway. So.
Fuck that! I'm not eating it. I can't, man. I felt
And here's the other thing. Look,
I know I will eat it if it shows up, though. God damn
right,
it.
and I will tell you this. if we do, I'm in my head right now. If we had a contest, I was not nervous the first two. I beat you. I am nervous because I don't trust myself right now. I'm out of fucking control.
Well, then maybe we start Tuesday. On the,
Oh, you gotta
what do
a
I?
little bit.
You said you were gonna do it after this weekend, anyways. So maybe we should even do the weigh-in Saturday on the other podcast with Marco, so he could bear witness. And maybe we come up with a stipulation or something. I don't know. Either this weekend.
We'll plan this out.
Yeah,
Okay.
either
We'll plan it
Mondays or
out.
Wednesdays we'll do it.
It's coming. It's coming. Weight loss competition 3.
Oh my God.
I'm 2-0. 2-0.
Yeah, but this is double or nothing here. This if I win this one, it brings us back even.
No. If you win this one, it means we just have a whole nother year to fuck this up and do it over again.
This is true. This is almost exactly the time that we did the last one.
It's we are weeks away from the time. I promise.
Oh my God.
You. Right.
I mean, it couldn't have gone any more efficient if we had planned it.
Right. You know what the best part about this podcast is? We'll end it with this. We just talked for 35 minutes and came up with a weight loss competition, and we did not plan any of this conversation.
No, none of it.
This entire convo was on the fly.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to work. We do have to start taking this more seriously and come with like a little bit of an idea of what we're going to talk about.
Right.
We can't. Well, I mean, right now, technically, we can fat shame each other every time, and it probably will be fairly entertaining. But eventually, one of us won't be fat anymore. Theoretically, allegedly.
Right. Right. Exactly.
All right. Well, to be honest, I think a really good punishment, a really good penalty for the loser, and just a tremendous amount of back and forth on the podcast about this, I think will motivate us. We'll see. But I think like
well, you still owe me from the last one. You haven't paid up yet.
Well, that's I totally forgot about that. Plus, like you wanted to wait till we were in Vegas to do it, and I'm waiting for us to be able to go to Vegas. I may have to.
All right.
Listen, that may have to be the penalty. It might be a double or nothing on that.
All right, we'll see. We'll plan this out. But I'm gonna go into Publix now and eat
of
fast
course you are.
I got weight.
Oh my God!
I got weight to gain. I got weight to gain here.
People, this is how the podcast has ended for like the last 4 weeks. Every time, it's either all of a sudden he's clattering pans because he's started cooking. He couldn't even wait till we were done. He starts cooking it like by the end of our podcast, or he's like, "I'll pull it in a Publix," or a drive-through. A drive-through.
I got bulking to do. I got till Tuesday. I got bulking or Sunday. Whatever.
See, this is unfair. I don't want to eat more pizza, but I feel like if I stick to my diet now, I'm screwing myself in the long run.
You are. This is good. Good stuff. Stick to the diet, pal.
You son of a bitch. All right. Well, no one's going to send me a pizza anyway, so I'm probably going to stick to it.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye.
Okay, bye. Hey. If they got one of those big, cow scales in the front of this Publix.
They don't here.
No, they
don't here. They don't do that here.
Where foreign people weigh their luggage before they take a flight.
Right.
Oh, see, he doesn't even wait. This is rude. This is noisy. We're gonna go. Bye.
No, I gotta go. They got bread on sale. Goodbye. Goodbye.